Hi, I'm Taylor.
And I'm Ryan.
And welcome to the
Tailgate.
Today we are tailgating so many things, but first off, I need to announce who won Grub Match from last week because Ryan, he's aware, but I'm going to tell him like he's not aware. So Grub Match is FoodTok TV's cooking competition where there are two different food content creators that compete against each other. One of them is a FoodTok TV creator, the other one is a challenger, and they have a secret ingredient. This time they had two secret ingredients. They had 1 hour to complete dishes with ghost pepper and star anise, and that is insane.
That is insane.
I don't even know what I would make.
What a combination.
Like, this match got delayed for personal reasons, and like, I had months to think about what I would make with those ingredients, and I still don't have it. I don't have it. But the votes are in, they came in, and it was close. But of course, RX won. RX is our FoodTok TV creator. Lena was very close behind, and when you bet against the house, it's very hard to win. And I'm just so proud of Lena. I'm so proud of RX. They both rocked it. It was absolutely amazing. And that replay is up on our YouTube on FoodTokTV.com if y'all want to take a look at that. I am actually logging into my thing so I can read your comments right now. And we have way too much negative space, babe.
Oh no.
There we go. There we go. So after that grub match thing, what we are doing today, we are the tailgate, so we're always tailgating something. We're tailgating all sorts of things, but spring just started, so we're tailgating that. We're also tailgating, we're tailgating grief in a weird way. Oh.
Sorry.
We took our cat to the vet for the last time this week, and you know, if you ask us how we're doing and we say we're doing great, it's a formality. It's a formality for sure. But what we are here for is we really wanted to make these recipes. We're really excited to be back on FoodTok TV. So our idea is to somehow make an elote, but also shrimp and grits. So like an elote inspired shrimp and grits. That's where we're going with this. And Ryan also had this idea for a great like snap pea salad because it's spring.
It's spring. I do this every spring. Like this is like the official spring salad.
What up, Marie? What up, y'all? Thank you so much. And yes, we are very interactive, so be sure to leave comments and questions, concerns. We're here. But, oh yeah, I gotta start because with shrimp and grits, you need the grits. But then you also need the shrimp, right? And so, I am going to get... So whenever you're making grits, you want to do... My pot is really good to me, so I can see the amount of cups I have over here. But when you're making grits, it's 4 cups liquid to 1 part water. Sometimes a little extra liquid if some of that liquid is creamy is there, but we're gonna do 1 cup of grits, so I'm gonna start with 4 cups of broth and start simmering that up. We're not gonna add the grits into our liquid until it's already simmering, so. This is awkward. I was expecting it to pour way better. Oh my gosh, this is when you're waiting on someone else to use the... Yeah, so we're going to heat that up because we got to get started on the grits. Ryan, I think you have some chopping to do because you got the spring salad, the snap pea spring salad you're working on. And then you're also chopping up some veg for
you.
For me.
So, is there anything that you need before the things that I need?
Nope. I'll tell you when I will need jalapeno because I gotta come back and explain to the people what we're doing. Crap. So I'm actually gonna move this part of this. So I will need some jalapeno, I will need some garlic and onion.
Okay.
Those are the things I will need first. So what we are doing, it's an elote inspired shrimp and grits, and we've been thinking how we are going to make the elote, the Mexican street corn, into a shrimp and grits dish. And I love shrimp and grits variation dishes, but for this we decided to do some sort of like really creamy, cheesy grits with jalapeno, like almost like we've also been workshopping a recipe for jalapeno popper grits. So this is kind of what we're going off here. And so on top, we're gonna have the shrimp that's sauteed with like tahini. We're marinating it. Actually, we're gonna be marinating the shrimp. I don't know where I put it, but it is the tahini sauce, the mild sauce that we got.
Right there.
Oh, literally in front of my face. But Mexican street corn. Elote is essentially grilled corn on the cob, and then it's spread with a Mexican crema. There's lime juice involved. People do it different ways, where they will use Mexican crema with the lime juice, or they will mix mayo, sour cream, and lime juice, spread it over the corn, and then there is cotija, or very close. It's basically like Mexican Parmesan.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you can think of it
And
as
then
Mexican
tahini,
parm.
which is essentially chili powder and lime juice. That's what we're doing. So we're trying to turn that Mexican street corn into a shrimp and grits dish. And so I have, in order to start the grits, I have to have my water simmering, my broth simmering. We'll go ahead and get that started now, but one thing I love to do whenever I'm making shrimp and grits, and I don't need the shells on my grits to make this work, so what I'm actually going to do,
If we have any extra time, we'll make a pizza.
if we got time. If we got time.
Look at me already
But
giving
while
us
we're
more
heating
work.
up this thing, I already got to take the shells off the shrimp. So we're going to add the shells to the stock and just make it extra shrimpy. Babs, thank you so much. She says that sounds amazing. And people are here to say hello. Hello, y'all. So sorry we've been out. We had to say goodbye to a furry member of our family, and man, we're out of bed. Good job for us. Yes.
We're out of bed.
We're out of bed.
Look at us.
Woo!
Out of bed and everything.
Seriously. No, that is a feat.
No, yeah, it is. That is a. You know, I'm downplaying that, but that is an accomplishment.
And we're dressed.
And we're dressed.
And
for
we're
you
dressed.
guys.
So I'm actually going to remove this since I'm going to be putting other things on here eventually. Oh yeah. I'm even going to remove the tails. Because like when you leave the tails on shrimp when you cook them, it adds the flavor to the shrimp. But should I remove the tails actually? What are your thoughts on this?
I can't tell.
Oh, tail no.
I don't know.
I removed a tail.
Yeah, I guess we're raw dogging it
Right.
here.
And you know, oftentimes, even if I'm not doing something like this, to where I'm removing it for the stock, I'll just go ahead and have a freezer bag and freeze my shell tails. Because when you get a full freezer bag of shrimp tails, you can make some amazing soups.
Yes. Save them
Amazing.
tails.
Save
folks.
them. Oh, thank you so much, guys. Y'all, Smash was about to turn 17. Even at the vet, they congratulated us because he's been a diabetic since 2020. So the way we got him across the finish line, we're pretty proud. I'm proud. I mean, I don't know how.
Yeah, it's a happy, sad thing.
Yeah. And if you've ever had to make that decision, it sucks.
The hardest.
Yeah.
Probably one of the hardest things.
Right. It's one thing if they just die without your permission.
Yeah.
It's so different.
It's hard either way. So I have pinatas.
But y'all, I gotta say, my best friend is the best person on the planet because she knew how heartbroken we were, and she just came over. She brought over frozen pizzas, made sure we were fed. She ordered us food. She actually called the vet, all of our vets, and like made all the phone calls for the things that we couldn't say out loud. And it was so sweet. And I don't know how.
Yeah, we're it's a happy, sad thing.
We're pretty proud. I'm proud.
Yeah, get yourself a best friend like that.
Get yourself a best.
Everybody needs a best friend.
No,
like that.
genuinely, I am looking to document all the things that she did to help us out, to create a blueprint for other people who have friends with those animals, with that situation, you know? Like, it was beautiful. And so, yeah, everything sucks, but it's also beautiful. Oh no, it's okay. I am putting the shells in the broth because we are making elote shrimp and grits. And so we're heating up this chicken stock to make our grits, but I'm adding the shells in here to add that little extra shrimpy flavor to the stock. I'm going to strain it. Don't worry about that. It is going to be strained.
Don't strain yourself.
Yeah.
Strain your shrimp.
The
Don't
shells
strain
add
yourself.
flavor. But even if you're not making something like this and you're doing shrimp that,
So much flavor in the shells, like you don't want.
We often freeze our shell tails just to make soup later.
Just like we'll freeze these garlic husks to, also use in our stock as well, because all of this is flavor, and you're paying for it, so you might as well be getting the most.
Right,
of it.
like the shrimp tails and the shells are technically edible, but no one eats them because the texture is terrible.
I know a dude that eats them,
But
and it's weird.
Yeah.
So
No, the first time I ever tried shrimp, it was at a retreat that I was going to as a kid.
A shrimp retreat?
No, it was a church retreat.
I want to go to a shrimp retreat.
I know, right? That sounds amazing.
Right?
But anyway, I had told everyone that I had never tried shrimp before, so they gave me a shrimp to like go ahead and try it, and I ate the whole thing, like shell and all, because no one told me I had to peel it, and everyone made it seem like I was gonna die because I had it. But it's like, no, like you're not gonna die. It's just not
You're gonna remain
a good
alive.
texture. Not a good texture.
Do you want shallot?
Shall it be?
Oh, you figured that out.
Let it be says that my dad eats shell and tail. What?
What?
Or dad eats the shell and the tail.
Shell and the tail. All right.
Oh, wow. I mean, it's technically edible.
What a trooper, because I couldn't do that.
It's technically edible.
It is edible, yeah.
Oh, why am I throwing this out? Because I am just going to throw in my marinade in here because we're doing an elote shrimp and grits. And so we're trying to keep it a little bit simple here with our marinade. And I have this Tajín mild sauce. And with the elote, the Mexican street corn, a lot of that is just like the Tajín sauce or the Tajín spice over the top of it. But we have the Tajín sauce that we're just going to marinate our shrimp in. I don't often dehydrate my onion skins to make onion powder. Typically with our onion skins, we'll throw it in our freezer bag to make stock. But we have done onion powder before, and we actually have a bunch of chive and green onion plants, and we've actually made powders from those before too.
Oh yes, and along with our chive flour vinegar, which is one of our favorite
our chive flour vinegar. So chives, when those flower, it takes at least a year before you actually see flowers from your chives if you grow them at home. But once they start to flower, they taste so delicious. So delicious. And we actually take those flowers and we soak them in vinegar, and we get this like bright pink vinegar.
Bright pink vinegar. And
it's so tasty.
It's
such a finishing vinegar, and it's also such a flex.
And you can also take those chive flowers and use them in your salads too.
Yes.
And so we don't do a lot of that because we make the chive flower vinegar, but but you got to soak the chive flowers in water to get the little I don't know what kind of bugs they are, but they're chive bugs. And,
yeah, they just love the chive.
And so they're in there, whether you think they're in there or not. And if you soak them in water.
Yeah, but even then, when they soak in vinegar, we just fish the bugs out.
Yeah, that's protein.
Yeah. And some lime zest. So when it comes to citrus, whenever you're marinating things, citrus is really good for marinating things when you need them super quick, because it's going to puncture the meat. It's going to denature the proteins. It's going to denature the cells of the protein. So citrus is very good at that. However, you don't want a long marinade, no matter what you're cooking. Like chicken, beef, steak, whatever, you don't want the citrus to be on there longer than 30 minutes if it is an acidic thing. Shrimp, I don't typically like marinating longer than 30 minutes anyway. But at this point,
I don't know how much garlic you need, but you're getting a lot. Like that's
aw, what a good husband. Hello, Diana, how are you? And Bab says she loves the tahini. I am excited for tahini. And you know, typically, oftentimes we've done tahini similar things, and where we just made our own tahini, which is essentially our own chili powder that we make, and then we add some lime zest to it, and that's basically what it is. But we had a creator on FoodTokTV, and she lived out of the country, and she would, it was Ashton, and she was always so upset that she never had tahini, and that was always her obsession, like begging us to send her over some tahini.
Oh, yeah, I guess you don't get tahini over there.
Yeah, you don't get tahini overseas, though essentially it is just chili powder and lime, you know. Okay, so someone is commenting on our chai flower vinegar. I'm gonna see if I can actually find the... Oh, this is actually from 2023.
Oh, that's an old one.
Yeah, that's an old vinegar. Oh man, I don't see it right away, but like the vinegar is just so bright and pink, and it's such a great finishing vinegar.
I'm not sure if we have any at this point.
Oh yeah, that's true. But spring has started. We are tailgating spring, and spring has started. So our chive plants, we planted our chives 8 years ago, and they just keep coming up every single year. And every single year, we also get the chive flowers. So like we know that it's spring because we started seeing our chives come up. Kobe. Some of the tahini mild sauce. And you know,
That's not a big enough ramekin for the amount of garlic you got.
Yes. So we're going to try not to marinate this too long, but, you know, we are both time blind, so I will accidentally leave this in here for 2 hours and forget I had shrimp.
Yeah, which will then be ceviche.
Right. But the ceviche, like, with the citrus juice, it doesn't actually cook it. It just kind of denatures the proteins and gives you the appearance. Anyway, what we're making Elote Shrimp Grits, and that's what we're working on. This is where I had my achy shrimp stuff going on, but of course with elote, what you need with elote is corn. And so I have these corns. The best way to take them out of the husk is microwaving them first. So I'm going to throw these in our microwave while Ryan continues doing these things. Each ear of corn will probably need 10 or 15 seconds. Peel and destroy everything. But just a few seconds on there and they peel way easier. So I'm going to go do that. Bye. Ryan, what are you working on?
Your stuff.
Yay!
I got your jalapenos chopped. I got your garlic minced. You get your onion popping. What do you need for your onion? How would you like your onion?
For the elote dish, diced.
Okay.
For sure. Y'all, thank you so much for tapping the screen and being part of us. I'm over here by the microwave microwaving this corn. Ryan's chopping up some vegetables. We are making elote shrimp and grits. So thanks for being here. I think it needs to be microwave 10 seconds.
More than 10 seconds?
More than 10 seconds. I just ate a raw onion. I love onions. Oh man, this reminds me of this one time I had this. It was at some sort of kids retreat, and like the punishment was you had to take a bite of a raw onion, and all the other kids like screamed or whatever when they had to bite the raw onion. But when I did, I just it's so gross. But then it was my turn, and this is like 6th grade for me. I actually went on stage and took a bite of the raw onion, and then I just kept doing it, like kept eating it, and like I looked at the dude straight in the eye. And at that point,
strike fear in the hearts of your
at that point, I thought
competitors.
everybody on the planet just hated onions, and I
like
was
going
weird
to
for
jail.
liking onions.
It's like going to jail and just like punching the biggest person there. Or the guard. That's even better.
Oh, look how easily that peels. After just being in the microwave. Not enough to cook the corn, just enough to warm everything up to...
Sorry if there's any guards out there. You know what you signed up for.
I like how you're... Which, by the way, I'm not throwing out these corn husks either. I actually thought about a way to make the recipe more complicated. And actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and do it since I'm here. We're making our grits even cornier. Which is funny because it's literally grated corn.
It's corn.
It's literally... It's corn!
Yeah, I got there too.
It got the juice. But this is all extra. Like, whenever you're making your grits, you don't have to, like...
There's the juice.
He got the juice. But, like, a lot of cultures will make corn milk. Have you heard of corn milk, Ryan?
Corn milk.
Corn milk.
I don't know. If I've heard of that or not.
There are a bunch of cultures that will do this. They'll steep all this stuff into milk or water to have like a very corny beverage. And I've actually made this on the show before. Not this show, it was back when I did Cutting the Mustard, where I actually processed corn with milk and then strained it to make corn milk. So basically, while I also added the shrimp tails to my stock, I'm also adding the corn
Maybe we
to my
should.
stock. Just to add flavor, because what else am I doing? I got time. I got time.
We should do a Cornish hen. Using
You're a Cornish hen.
corn milk somehow.
Just have a very corny dinner.
A very corny dinner.
Hey, Jack, you never had a what before. What do you want me to describe to you? Because I used to be a very picky person, so I understand the never having shit before. Things before. Family show. Ryan's over there like...
Every time she bonds one, I'm filled with joy.
It's usually he's the one that's in trouble.
Yeah, I might slip up sometime.
Oh, that onion is making me cry.
I know, this is a very oniony onion. I've decided to go ahead and get all the onion business done right here.
You know what? We've been crying all week anyway.
Yeah. What's a little more gonna hurt?
What's a little cry?
You just need an onion to coax it out of you. So I am chopping the red onion.
And I'm not crying.
For the for my salad. So I think I got all your stuff here, right?
Yes.
Is that all your requirements?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm being extra. Oh, Taylor, Ryan, why can't you do 1 hour shows? Me like working on braiding my corn.
Crying over braided corn.
Crying over braided corn.
Don't cry over spilt corn milk. That's for
Ohio has corn pop.
Corn pop.
Or like corn soda.
Pap.
Corn pap.
Corn pap.
Because there's a difference between corn pop and corn pap.
And corn coke.
That's awesome.
Corn coke sounds horrible, but corn pop sounds not so bad. What is it like? Is it like
Carbonated corn.
carbonated corn? I like carbonated bread.
Whew. I'm gonna run these underwater to get all the like strings out, and also to get away from that.
Get away from my onion business.
Oh my gosh, that is making me cry. Oh, there's still going to be ears, or there's still going to be strings, but it's not anything, you know. These strings are edible, it's just the texture.
The strings?
No, the corn strings.
Corn strings.
Yeah, the corn strings are edible. It's just the texture.
The silk?
The silk. Silk. I'm going to rinse this off. Wait.
Yes, that was a very powerful onion there. I don't usually get too affected by the onions, but that one was even getting to me a little bit.
So, you know one thing I love about corn is that it is so good no matter where it is. Canned, frozen, fresh, off the cob, you know, jokes. It's all better corny. It really is. But one thing that gets me, ooh, there's so many more strings on this, but one thing that gets me is when you're at the store and you're buying canned corn, and then you have the canned corn that's fire roasted, and then you have the corn that's not fire roasted. And for some reason, there's like $1 difference on those corns.
That sucker is boiling.
Yeah. But isn't that insane, like, just to have that fire roasted, it's just like an extra $1 more per can?
Yeah. What's up with that?
I hate it. I hate it. But anyway, even if you were to just take open that can and open it out, put it on a baking sheet, you can broil it, you can torch it, and get that same fire roasted thing. We're using a torch. I prefer to use a torch rather than the broiler because I'm really big on like object permanence. So if I don't see something, it doesn't exist to me. So if it's in the broiler,
What broiler?
what broiler? Exactly, what broiler? Yeah. So
Yeah,
you
broiling-
can literally dump out a can of corn onto a baking sheet and boil it and get that same fire roasted.
Broiling becomes very scary when objects are more permanent.
Broiling becomes what?
Very scary when objects are more permanent.
Yes, yes. No. We struggle with object permanence a lot. Like, seriously, if it's not there, what is it? Doesn't exist. By the way, I'm a trained professional. Alright, Babs, I'll see you later. Thanks for popping in. I like how Babs said she was going to be later. Like she knows we'll be on later.
Oh, yeah.
Because we can't keep the show to an hour.
Babs knows what to expect. She's going to go get a snack. You know, maybe do a workout or something. I don't know. And then tune back in.
I am actually going to let the audience see the corn as I'm toasting it because I think that would be fun. And also, we got 34 people in here, so what else are we doing? I love y'all. Thank you so much because y'all just know what's up. Other people just don't know what's up. So this is the regular corn. And then
I feel like Welcome to the corn shop where we blow torch our corn.
Most of that popping is from the sill. We're not actually popping corn here.
This would be a fun way to pop corn.
Oh, what? Pop?
I mean, if it's popping corn. This is not popping corn. This is torching corn.
What do you think about the corn?
What's up, cat dog gang? Glad to have you here.
Whew. Any more?
I
think that's
think
it.
you've tortured the corn as much as you can.
Tortured.
Yeah.
Guadua is in here. What up?
Guadua!
Guadua Cooks is in here, and I said this at the beginning of the live, but Art Wong, aka Guadua Cooks, is in the house, and she's here. And on FoodTok TV, y'all, if you're unfamiliar with FoodTok TV, we do live cooking shows on the daily, Monday through Friday. We have multiple shows throughout the day. And we have a thing called Grub Match, which is like TikTok's cooking competition. Like the only time you get to see a cooking competition on live on TikTok. And Arts is our FoodTok TV creator that just competed for us. And she went against Lo Bello de la Cocina. And they did so well. They had the secret ingredients of ghost pepper and star anise, and they had to make dishes with that, and that is just insane to me. But Arts did win, our FoodTok TV creator. She did win. It was 588 to 554, I believe, and y'all, the numbers, the game, the action, everyone was phenomenal. Arts, thank you so much for being here, so that way I get to brag on you, because you were all so good, so good. Oh, I loved it so much. Loved it so much. So while he's chopping things to go with our spring salad, I am still being the slowest chopper on the planet right now. Slowest chopper on the planet, because I'm trying to make things for the Elote Shrimp Grits that we're doing. We just toasted our corn here, and I have my bundt pan here. And, you know, one of our creators, Daphne Brogdon, she makes stuff in her bundt pan all the time, like these beautiful olive oil bundt pancakes. I'm not that person with the bundt pan. The only things I use my bundt pan for are during Christmas time, when I do like a cheese ball, but in here, so it's like a cheese wreath, and then I decorate it with like parsley and stuff. That is one way I use the bundt pan, but the other way is for when I do my corn. And because it's here, you just gotta make sure you don't like slam your knife down at the end over here. But it helps hold your corn up while you slice it, and then also it provides a place for your corn to go. Isn't that corny? Arts, you won, honey. Arts won.
Did she not know?
She was just asking who won. I guess since I was talking about both of them so beautifully, she was just like, okay, so who was better?
So who was better?
So who came out on top? No, Arts killed it. And you know,
but it was close though. It was very close.
It was close, and I talked to Lena today, and she considers it a win because it is so hard to compete against the house.
Especially against Arts.
Against Arts.
Arts brings it.
Yeah, nobody wanted to compete against Arts.
No.
They're like, no, I'm good. She's scary. No, if y'all should watch Arts on FoodTok TV at 4 p.m. Central on Mondays. Her food is always spectacular, always beautiful plating there.
She would make some drinks sometimes.
Oh, just about every time she makes drinks. She does a happy hour. She got like a smoking gun for her drinks.
Oh, what? She did a smoking gun? Oh,
yeah.
I missed that.
And she's been playing with that new toy of hers. Dude, Arcs is a boss. Don't blush. She said she's blushing. But like, dude, she absolutely is amazing. And she's been with FoodTok TV since the beginning. With FoodTok TV, by the way, we have been doing consecutive live shows since 2021. So every single day since 2021, there has been a live cooking show on this channel. So, if you like live cooking shows, you know, give us a follow. Even if you're not a fan of me and Ryan over here, you know. We got cups of tea elsewhere. Also, these are perfect to go in your freezer bag for stock. Thank you all so much for being here and tapping the screens. I just sprayed corn everywhere. Hey, welcome to FoodTokTV, where we have to clean up our kitchen and you don't.
Yeah.
Trying to come up with creative taglines. Welcome to FoodTokTV, where you can watch me struggle so you don't.
We struggle so you don't have to.
And we struggle for your entertainment. Love you, RX. You did an amazing job. Ghost pepper and star anise, I still don't know what I would make with that.
Oh man, there's...
Like, y'all, let me know in the comments, what would you even make with star anise and ghost pepper if you had to? Because, like, at this point, it was like a requirement.
Oh yeah. That one got put on hiatus for quite some time.
Yeah. Because
And
typically with Grub Match, they have a week.
yeah, and so we were very excited to see what that was going to be.
The most fun part, clean the kitchen when the light is over. Whew. So much corn, but I love the bunt pan of it whenever I share it. So that way I have the corn collected. It's a corn collection.
Corn collection. Your corn stash. How about it? No one in there. Oh, I said it's your corn stash.
Oh, what is my corn? Ah. I see. I see what's happening.
See what's up. That's what's up. Missed the ball on that one.
Yo, we were so late today. Like, Ryan and I are super time blind, so we're not really good at being on time for our shows anyway. But because we're grieving, we were just like, man, we did not schedule those 2 random panic attacks. Like, oh, my bad. Like, it's just so weird having to discuss with people. It's like, hey, sorry I'm not able to do this. I was just busy panicking. Grief is funny.
Grief's funny like that.
Yeah, because Julie says, you know, hate star anise but love ghost peppers. They're just so conflicting flavors. We do have another Grub Match coming up, and I think it's April 3rd on Thursday, where we are drawing for the new ingredient because Trini is going to be the one competing. And she has someone challenging her, Jen 1960. And so we're going to draw those ingredients. I think I'm going to be a little nicer. Because, dude, the only reason why they got ghost pepper and star anise, I'm the one responsible for drawing ingredients out of the hat. And the prior couple of ones, people kept telling me I was being too nice.
This one came out of the turkey hat too, didn't it?
Yeah, that was the
It was that
hat.
long ago.
Yeah, but people kept telling me that I was being too nice, too generous to these people with my choices because I did go against Mama T, cooking with Mama T. Her and I did a Grub Match together, and our ingredient was potatoes. And people were up in arms being like, oh, that's so easy.
upset.
Why did you do that? Which, by the way, the easiest ingredients are hard because you have to think about what you're doing with them.
Yeah,
how to make it impressive, right?
And unique too. You don't want to
Right.
do what the other person's doing.
Right. And so, like, you have to work hard to make potatoes impressive. But people were telling me that I did such a bad job with the making the ingredients hard. I'm like, okay, star anise and ghost pepper then.
And then they're like, but it's too hard.
It's too hard. You did terrible.
So no matter what you do, it's going to be...
Kelly Smiles, hello there. Nice to see ya. Arx is saying that the star anise and the ghost pepper were easy ingredients.
I think so too. Like
But also the beautiful part about it is that, you know, we didn't get to taste it. We just had to take them on their word. And that's also a trouble with that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you eat with your eyes, right?
Yes. So So if you're just walking in here, we're working on Elote Shrimp and Grits. Ryan and I are super distracted. I'm distracted with a bunch of stuff. I should quit speaking for Ryan.
Yeah, I'm not distracted at all. I'm just.
But I have some stock that is, I'm going to be cooking the grits in, but I threw all the shrimp tails in here and also the corn husks that's in here. So I'm going to strain this here in a second. And then I also got to get this heated up. Oh! Get yourself a husband that will just go ahead and dice things for you. Get yourself one of these.
That's what I do, man.
Oh yeah, that's hot. I'm gonna get oil. A whole bit of oil. Because this is gonna be like a buttery based sauce, but I want to start with oil. You know, I want to start with oil because butter will burn at a certain point. By the way, y'all, if you get one of these things that are super impressive, that are olive oils, this one's almost out, make sure you take this with you. Because this is valuable.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's why this is a, $15 bottle of oil.
Keep your
Keep this. Wash it. Keep it.
Spout.
Let it all out. That is a thing I can't do without.
Come on.
I'm talking to you. Oftentimes when we prep veggies like this, especially for show day, I might not use all the onions like this, but because I have these in the container here, we're just going to throw a lid on it, and it will be useful for a future meal.
Yeah, I'd always rather chop more.
Right. Because like later on in the week, it's like, oh, we got some ground beef, we have some onion jalapeno already done, boom, boom, boom. Bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. Forged, hello there, welcome in.
Forged.
Grab a... Now I'm adding all my corn. I'm not saving any corn for later because this is an Elote Shrimp Grits we're making, so we're getting all them corns. Started.
I don't either. I think it was around 1 o'clock.
Yeah, no, that was the time we were supposed to start this way.
Then I don't know. I don't even know what time it is right now.
Okay, that's fair.
All I know is radish.
So we're gonna let these things get all nice and soft because, okay, whenever I make a shrimp and grits dish, I love making variations of shrimp and grits. It's like my favorite thing. I love weird takes on shrimp and grits. And so when we're making shrimp grits, you gotta think about what you want the grits to be doing. Are they just, for the most part, grits are gonna be there to be fluffy and cheesy and just add the richness and the fluffiness to everything else. The shrimp is gonna need its own seasoning, it's gonna need its own sauce, and then you're gonna need something to make it a thing. So for us, the shrimp is marinating in a tahini mild sauce, and it's gonna saute with this. Our grits, which are soaking on here, I gotta strain this, but we're just gonna make regular old grits, but then we're gonna stir it up with jalapeno and cream cheese.
That was so much radish. But I mean, we're doing this. We're doing this thing, so we might actually use all the onion that I chopped up for this too.
Yes, yes.
Because like I said, I'd rather make too much. This is going
Daphne
to be.
is in here. What up, Daphne Brogdon? We are making an Elote-inspired shrimp and grits. That's where we're going at. Dude, Daphne Brogdon, if you do not follow her, you absolutely should. She used to be on Food Network. She was for Daphne Dishes on Food Network, and now she's on FoodTokTV. Daphne Dishes again Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central, and y'all, I love watching her cook, and she is one of the funniest people. Love her.
I just completely lost my whole mind.
What happens when you stick two ADHD people in a room together? That was the joke.
Alright, so now have all these snap peas to take
All
care of.
these snap peas.
Why did I save this for last? Oh man.
I don't
So
understand.
these snap peas, what I'm doing here, if you're just joining us or you've been with us and wondering why we're not telling you what we're doing,
What is going on?
what is going on? I'm doing a springtime snap pea radish salad. I guess you could call it a springtime snap pea radish cucumber red onion vinaigrette salad, but then that's kind of a lot to say, so I'm just gonna call it a snap pea
Hey,
radish salad.
the bowl became hot, by the way.
Oh yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah. I'm gonna rinse this out real quick.
Stupid conduction. Conduction, I think it's
Conduction.
the one that happened there.
What's your function?
Man,
So, we're making the grits for the shrimp and grits, but we had some chicken stock soaking, but we stuck the corn husks and the shrimp tails into the stock just for flavor. Not necessary, but obviously we had time for it.
alright, I'm trying to streamline this whole thing
So
that I don't lose my mind. That was
Joke's on you, we're already losing our minds.
What mind? What mind?
Guys, I'm gonna check the comments here in a second. If you ask us how we're doing, we're gonna say we're great, and that is a formality. So our thing is really cool because we can see how many cups we have going on in here, because with grits you want 4 parts liquid. Oh my gosh, I poured the exact amount needed. That's awesome. So 4 parts liquid to 1 part grit.
4 parts liquid to 1 part grit. The nitty gritty.
The grit.
Maybe I shouldn't have lined as many of these up at one time, but you know, this is what I did. So
We gotta wait for that to be simmering before we even go. Daphne says, "Thank you, Queen." So I'm just gonna go ahead and measure out terribly.
okay, yeah, I'm not gonna do as many.
I often don't like measuring with volume. I would have actually preferred to go on Google and ask them, "Hey, how much does a cup of grits weigh?"
Yeah,
And
weight.
just taking it on the scale.
Weight is a better way to measure.
It's just way easier too to put things on a scale and just like tell me when, rather than did
Yeah, I
I
do like that.
measure this
aspect,
out
too.
correctly? I don't know.
Some things like, you know, if you're doing a brine and you're using, you know, like a salt brine, weight is a way more accurate way to calculate that. You don't want to be using volume
I don't
salt
think
brine.
I need all of this garlic. I don't know how much garlic were you wanting.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
but-
just chopped a bunch. I told you you were getting a lot, so you got what I gave you.
Because you know what? Whatever. All of it.
All of it.
We're just gonna wait for that to be fragrant, and then I will add the shrimp we have marinating. Which I said, hey, don't do that longer than 30 minutes, and here we are an hour later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So yes, our idea is the Elote Shrimp Grits. I already have this recipe posted on FoodTokTV.com, what we're doing, and our idea behind it. There's so many ways we could have gone about making an Elote inspired shrimp and grits, and it took us a minute to figure out what parts of what we wanted. But dude, I love shrimp and grits variation. One of my favorites was a few years ago. I made it Thai inspired, and I had done the shrimp in like this curry that went over the top, and it had like baby corns and stuff like that too. But the grits were made with coconut milk.
Oh, that was so good. That was so good. Yeah, and it's I think what Trey said, it's a pretty blank canvas.
Yeah, shrimp and grits is a pretty blank canvas, and for the most part, for southern dishes, it's just like, well, can you add bacon and fat and butter and milk and whatever?
Bacon, fat, butter, and milk, and let's cook it for as long as we can get away with.
More garlic, more is always better. Queen G is in here. Hello, Queen G.
Queen G.
Yes.
What's up?
Welcome, and y'all be sure to follow Queen G as well. She does live cooking shows on her page all the time, and she is super entertaining. Absolutely love her. Okay, so I feel like the garlic is, so this is the marinade that I have for the shrimp. The shrimp were already deveined. I took the shells off and I stuck them in the broth before I strained them out to make it flavorful. So these are deveined shellless shrimp that I marinated in the tahini sauce with some lime juice and lime zest.
Ain't got no veins.
And I'm just gonna pour that into here. We're just gonna
colossal shrimp.
Colossal shrimp. Yeah, but like I can already smell the tahini.
I can smell it. It's so amazing. I'm digging that.
Because like when you think about shrimp and grits, when you think about elote or Mexican street corn, you think about the crema, the tahini, the lime, the corn. That's what we want to bring to life here. Oh, this is simmering, so it's time. I gotta grab a whisk.
Whisk.
Whisk it away.
Whisker doodle.
This is a balloon whisk that I have like this weird ball stuck inside. We got this at a thrift store, but this is a balloon whisk.
We did get that at a thrift store.
We did. People ask me about it all the time.
I love it.
So it's a balloon whisk. This is just an added feature to add aeration to things.
If I'm making
not necessary.
If I'm making hollandaise the hard way, that's what I'm using.
If I'm making hollandaise the hard way, right?
But pro tip, you don't have to make hollandaise the hard way if you have a wife that knows how to make it the easy way.
So as I'm mixing this at first, I'm going to keep using my whisk because I'm mixing a dry ingredient with a wet ingredient, so a whisk works well. But as the grits thicken up, I am going to need to switch to the spatula. Because this works for this portion of it, but I am going to need to switch utilities. That's okay. Rachel is in here. What up? How are you? Oh my gosh, I really did just throw a tail.
Oh, tail no.
Oh, tail no.
Tail no.
Oh, tail no.
What the tail are you doing?
Telling you the truth. Didn't you get more of the tahini sauce too?
No, because they didn't have any.
Oh, they didn't have any more of the tahini sauce. Dude.
Yeah, they did not have any.
I used the rest of the tahini mild sauce, but dude, I love that tahini mild sauce so much because it's just like an extra sauce that doesn't add heat, just adds pepper, and it's nice. We're doing all right, Rachel. We are struggling this week.
Is that 42, Rachel?
Yes, it is 42, Rachel.
Right.
We're struggling this week. We had to say goodbye to a furry family member this week, so, all were great. How are yous? They are all formalities.
There's no great way to chop up sugar snap peas.
Yeah, lower the heat on this so much, but it does require the whisk until the point you know it needs a spatula. Oh, thank you, Guadua. Yeah, Arx completely understands. Dude, Arx has this cute bunny as her pet, Thumper.
Thumper!
Have you ever seen Thumper?
I don't think I've seen Thumper, no.
I don't know, but it's like Smash, but in rabbit form.
Smash in rabbit form, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Sounds like a precious rabbit.
Yes. So we're just gonna let this simmer and hang out. We're waiting for those to hang out. I gotta make the crema. But also I'm thinking we might need to restart.
Okay. We can do that, certainly. I would love a break from chopping these.
You've been doing so much work and I'm just sitting over here chatting. Like, he really is.
I picked the salad, though, too, because, you know.
So whenever we're on the
Salad
tailgate,
guy.
we always have to do a salad. We boast about our salads because I think we have the best salads
required
on
eating.
FoodTok TV. We are the
I
salad
think we
people.
have the best salads in the world.
Yeah, but like I'm just trying
Whole
to
ass world.
whole world, but let's just get us with 12 other contestants. Okay?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right.
So the sugar snap pea salad, and then this is cooking, and is a mini T-Rex. He's so handsome. The Thumper.
Thumper. No,
The
my
mini
goodness.
T-Rex.
Mini T-Rex.
Freaking cute.
Are we doing a second half, or are we doing a reboot?
Yeah, we are gonna do a reboot. So let's go over everything that we're doing, and then I think. Go ahead and keep chopping.
Yeah, I'll yeah. Yeah,
I mean, 'cause that's what
thanks a
you're
lot.
It's my pleasure. So, to let everyone know what we're doing, we came up with this idea for an elote shrimp and grits. I love shrimp and grits for the whole being able to create new things from it. Elote shrimp and grits is what's on our mind. So this is what we're working on to interpret it. I had simmered some broth and I threw in the shrimp tails and I threw in the corn husks and silk in there, strained it out, and then I just added the grits. So these are thickening up, and I'm about to switch to my spatula because it's thickening up. Grits are going to be low and slow. These are the old-fashioned ones, not the instant ones. So they are going to take a bit longer than the instant ones. These are the shrimp that we have that have been marinating in the mild tahini sauce, and they are sauteed with some roasted corn, some jalapeno, garlic, and onion. And that tahini sauce as well. Ugh. But for me, when it comes to shrimp, I'd rather go low and slow rather than overcook the shrimp. Though typically, like on a grill or something, we would do like hot sear, like real quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and we've done that. We did that not too long ago. So,
Yeah,
you know, do a
we're
little different.
literally using the shrimp that are left over from the last time.
It is beautiful weather here in Tennessee now. We were a little on the fence as to whether it was going to rain or not today, or otherwise we'd be out there on the grill.
Yeah, so in the part 2, we're going to put together his spring salad of everything that he's put together. Because snap peas, radishes, cucumber, and then red onion.
Red onion.
And then make that into a dressing. But
And
then we're also going to put this together as a thing.
I might throw some tomatoes in it too.
Yeah, I don't know. But honestly, we need a break.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, yeah. I need a break.
Not for me.
Not for
It's
you.
not for you, it's for me.
Well, yeah, I need a break.
Oh, Ruby! This comment got blocked, and I'm gonna unblock it real quick. Talking about hairnets, and don't get me started. Because I will tell you about the whole reason why hairnets still exist to this point, and the whole like, there's a hair in my food only exists because of the patriarchy.
You know, and I love the taste of my hair. It's more of a texture issue for me, but it tastes wonderful.
Yeah, but if
So
you're
I
not
don't
eating my food,
mind
why are you?
If it gets, we're not sharing this food with anybody.
Yeah.
So it's our food, it's our hair.
Like, also, there's 0 recorded cases for hair ever making anybody sick.
Yeah.
Just saying. Never been a thing.
I mean, I've munched on quite a bit of hair on my day.
What about when you're cooking?
That too.
So, thank y'all so much for joining for this part 1. I think we gotta do a part 2. We gotta...
Oh yeah, we definitely.
Because I know I gotta cry in the
back.
bathroom real quick before I come back. Our cat just died. It's fine. It's not, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not, but it's fine. Okay, yeah, no, we'll be back in like 15, 20.
Yes, and I will not be chopping any more snap peas when I come back. So.
And we also
if you
will
didn't
be...
like that,
you
then
got a
you're
little
a
hat! Whoever said the hat, thank you!
Nice.
Yeah. So give us...
A hat? Because they
Yeah, it was like a little graphic hat that
Oh, we should do a hairnet.
A little
Send us
graphic
a hairnet. Thank you.
A
very
hairnet
much.
with a picture. So, it is 3:01 now. Perfect timing. So 3:15 we'll be back. Make sure you're following FoodTokTV. Hit the bell so you are alerted when we finish this fish. Yes. So yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Ryan, wave awkwardly while I figure out how to shut it off. You're not awkward enough.